So normally when I analyze episodes, you guys know that I have a theory or theories in which I discuss, but in all honesty, this episode was a lot of secondhand embarrassment. I do, however, still have thoughts I'd like to share, so as always, before we get into today's video, be sure to subscribe so you never miss the tea on the show you love. Now, let's get into it. Throughout the beginning of the episode, we can see the question spreading throughout Paris on how it is Monarch is able to continue granting his victims powers from the Miraculouses, along with their overall opinion on what they think of the current situation between Ladybug and Cat Noir and Monarch. XY's scene here felt a little too relatable because seriously, Gabriel is obsessed with changing his names. We got Hawkmoth, Shadow Moth, Monarch. If I had to take a guess at what his next name will be, it's definitely Flap Flap Flutter Flutter. As we later see Plagg playing around with Adrien's alliance ring, he goes to tell Adrien that since being digitalized, him and Lila have become virtual puppets, which very obviously upset Adrien to hear, and I find what Plagg said to be interesting because without either of them already knowing, Adrien's been in the position of a puppet since he was created. That is, however, if you're on board with the Sentimonster theory. And so as Adrien confronts his father in the kitchen, Gabriel, in the best of moods, goes to assure Adrien that he's making breakfast and will happily be attending the parent meeting, which is very unlike him and even startles Adrien. Because of Gabriel's act, Adrien's efforts in bringing up his discomfort about his face being used in all of the alliance rings goes down the drain, and while later being brought up by Marinette, he too goes to say what it is Gabriel told him about it simply being an image. Not to mention, it is true that now with Adrien being digitalized, he has a lot more time on his hands compared to before. Now, just before this, as Marinette and Alia are on their way to school, while talking to one another, we can see the two attempting to decipher through how it is Monarch is using the power of the Miraculouses, when it is Alia goes to suggest that it could be by using the dog Miraculous to fetch them back, which is later debunked by Marinette. And so, with the four now spending time in the cafeteria, Nino goes to introduce a new group he's creating known as the Resistance, which will be on the hunt to discover Monarch's new strategy, when it is that he spills that Adrien has known he was Carapace, and that surely it's fine for the two of them to know. And sure enough, that's when Lila shows up asking if she can sit with them, which she is very much declined. Even though it's been crumbs, I've personally really enjoyed seeing Lila appearing every now and then, because as I'm sure most of you know about me by now, I do enjoy the drama she brings, and I'm super excited to see if it is she'll have a bigger moment within this season, because at the end of the day, she's been working in silence and things have been building up that even we've yet to realize. So after it is she snaps a photo of Adrien in the caf, a swarm of fans rush on in, resulting in the four to head into Nino's secret spot in the school, aka the boiler room, as he continues to explain his new plan, which would include having someone purposely be akumatized, and specifically Gabriel. I did feel really bad for Adrien here because whether it was true or not, that Gabriel was just putting up a front, it was the first time in forever that Adrien had gotten to feel cared and seen by his father. Fake or not, I do hope it can last a little while longer because Adrien deserves so much better than what he's dealt with. Now, because Lila was eavesdropping their entire conversation, she does let Gabriel know beforehand of what to expect, and as the Resistance begins executing their plan, things would only get more and more painful to watch. After both Marinette and Adrien shove food onto Gabriel's white suit, Alia didn't even bother pretending like it would be accidental. And so, with Gabriel now creating the perfect illusion of himself and using it as bait for the four of them to believe it was truly him getting akumatized, we'd later see Monarch himself hide within the sewers by using the mouse and Rooster Miraculous alongside the bee in an attempt to paralyze Ladybug and Cat Noir, when it is that Ladybug realizes the invisible evil duplications of Monarch, and with the help of her lucky charm and the rats, discarded them. Fun fact, Winnie had shared a sneak peek of this episode a little while ago on his Twitter, where it was that we could see the scene in which included the rats in the sewer. Now, with another act from the collector illusion, he goes to break through his own akumatization and say, "Thank you, Ladybug, you have freed me from evil," while falling backwards into the water. And when I tell you I could barely breathe, I was laughing so hard. What a phenomenal performance. Now, something that I know others as well had agreed on was that during this period of time where the illusion falls into the water, leading for Ladybug to jump down after him, while Cat Noir is still paralyzed for a short period of time, this could have been a close chance for Monarch to grab a hold of Cat Noir's Miraculous, but we do end up seeing him teleport down to the water in order to make the act more believable, which I definitely understand, seeing as the goal for him was to be cleared from suspicion, not exactly getting the Miraculous. And so as Nino comes to the conclusion that the Miraculous are being sent through a magical lightning wave, and Adrien getting the approval that he no longer needs to wear an alliance ring, as we see how the resistance group has expanded, we as well see that Lila has joined, and this handshake took me off guard. Just as we come to the end of this episode, Tsurugi is shown applauding Gabriel on his recent act, on leading the resistance astray, and similar to Lila, seeing these little pop-ups of Tsurugi every few episodes just has me squealing, because I cannot wait until it is that we discover more about her and her motives in having this alliance with Gabriel. But as always, what do you guys think? If you've been following the release of season 5 episodes from Teifu, you'll have known that episode 5 was aired after episodes 7 and 8, Passion and Reunion, and the reasoning for this was explained by Thomas over on Twitter, where he went to say that the episode went through a major production delay. While at first I was really nervous for this to be the first of season 5 episodes to air out of order, fortunately the episode didn't have too big of an effect for the ones to follow up after, but fingers crossed we can keep the chronological order going strong this season. Also, just a reminder, we do not have any episode release dates at the moment. As always, be sure to let me know your thoughts and theories down below, and subscribe so you never miss the tea on the show you love. And I'll see you guys in the next one.